welcome back to Uncensored. I'm Marianne from Yachts Mermaids, your host. And today I have Shuri Murray. She's an online business coach and freelance chef. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Thank you for asking me to jump on.
Yeah, you're so passionate about what you do. And I think that I really wanted to bring you on so people could see the different options that are available, whether you want to tap into more freelancing versus permanent on a boat. Maybe you're trying to transition from boat life to land life completely and fully, and you're, I don't know what to do. I'm a little bit scared. I think you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share. So I'm excited to have you here. My first question is, you do work with crew and you help them transition, like we talked about, from boat life to, I don't want to say land life, but to a different lifestyle where they can find financial freedom with a different vehicle that is not just yachting, right? So what is the pain point that you have seen with your clients, right? With the yachting crew that are trying to transition?
Yeah. So the main one is the good old golden handcuffs. Is learning how to break free from them. The main pain point is the golden handcuffs and not having the belief that we can make the money that we do outside of yachting. 10K is what us crew are used to, right? It's a bit of an average 10K months. And a lot of people that come to me and clients I work with don't believe they can have those sort of months, if not more, outside of the yachting industry. So they just keep working, plodding along, trading time for money, which, hey, done it as well. It's the money thing. We don't talk about it a lot. I do, but you don't hear it enough, I feel. It's the golden handcuffs and not having that belief in being able to create that sort of like bank money outside of the industry, which is just BS because you absolutely can. Everything. Yeah.
Have you seen throughout all your clients, do you see a thread that is a common thread when it comes down to the belief system of I can't make money outside of yachting? Is there like a typical underlying story, or is very different for everybody?
It's a little different for everyone. I must say, us yachties have, and I've even been told this by my accountant, we have such a great abundant mindset. We're always ready to receive money, but we do believe, sorry, this is me, but I have seen this a lot, that we tend to believe the only way to get the abundant money is through yachting.
Yeah.
And everyone's a little bit different of where the underlying tones come from, because some of these money beliefs can, say for me, my money, the reason I used to believe that the only way, I used to have a belief that I had to work a lot of freaking hours to make a lot of money into yachting. I'm doing 80-hour weeks when on charter, obviously not that long when we're on charter, but still really long days, getting a shit ton of money. I've grown up watching my dad work day in and day out, running his own business, but getting a really good amount of money. So it's what I saw from age 13. Even earlier, I know we're programmed way earlier than this, but when the money started rolling in, I was 13. So my belief came from my parents. Work hard to get the good money. So everyone's a little bit different. That's my story. I know a few other of my clients had similar stories.
Can you give us a bit of a quick guidance into how to tap into our own mindset of money? If I'm not sure what mindset I have around money, what can I do to figure that out?
Yeah, of course. I normally go over about 14 different questions, but I've got a few fun ones we can go through now, which are quite cool. They're like my top 4. So the first one, and this tends to be, I don't want to say always, but tends to be where a lot of our money beliefs come from. You know, we're programmed as such from, I think it's about 3, from when we're born till 7 years old. Everything we learn about money, everything else, it affects the whole rest of our lives. And half the time we don't even know where these rules and beliefs come from. It's probably from before you were 7. It's freaking crazy once you start diving into this. But anyway, the first one is have a think about, and you might want to get in a nice quiet space. If you're into meditating, maybe meditate, then do this. But think about, what did your parents used to say about money when you were growing up? And even think about what they say now. I know a lot of the times when we're younger, we can hear a little bit about money is the root of all evil. Only rich people make money. I used to hear, oh, go ask your dad, he's got all the money. So I used to have a belief that only males made a lot of money. Money doesn't grow on trees is quite a popular one. So think about things that you used to hear from your parents and maybe still do now around money, the negative things they used to say. And write it all down. You'll probably find just by writing those down, you might get some aha moments. Like when I realized I used to hear a lot, oh, your dad's got all the money. I was like, shit, no wonder, I think. I always had this weird thing growing up that I should marry like a rich man or something. And it was like, fuck, that's where it comes from. That's quite scary. But anyway, think about, what did your parents used to say about money growing up? The next one is, what are your personal beliefs around money? So I used to have, I'll share my beliefs because maybe it'll help spark some ideas with you guys. Don't take them on as your own beliefs, but I'm just sharing. So maybe it helps get the creative juices and memories flowing. I used to believe that I had to work really hard to earn great amounts of money. Like I'm talking, if I wanted the 10Ks, I had to work 80 hours a week. And I used to work myself to the bone. I used to believe that you had to trade time for money, that the idea of passive income was not even in my realm of, I didn't even believe that was possible. I believed you had to put in physical hours for the work. So have a think about, what are your beliefs around money? Do you maybe believe it doesn't grow on trees, or that yachting is the only way to make a lot of money? Just have a write down, think about everything that pops up. You can also feel free to pause this. Some people like to take a bit of time, which I think is really nice. And you might even find that now that we're talking about this, that during the day, things might just pop up. Memories that your parents have said around money, things you might hear yourself say something about money or think something about money and think, oh shit, that's another negative belief. So you could even have it on your phone. The next one, which is quite a cool one, is, how are you being cheap with yourself? Like, are you penny pinching? Are you getting the raspberries because the blueberries are too expensive? They're $1 or $2 less. Are you getting non-organic food because it's cheaper, even though really you can stretch to get the organic? I'm talking food because I'm a chef. Sometimes I have found myself penny pinching in the past over food, especially after moving off the yacht. So just have a think, where are you penny pinching in your life? Where are you being really cheap with yourself? And it could even be like maybe time. Maybe you're not giving yourself any personal time in the mornings. Maybe you're giving your time to everyone else. It's more so around money, but maybe some time things might come up as well. And the last one is, what limiting beliefs around money, negative beliefs around money, are you willing to let go of today? As we said, limiting beliefs and doing these cool affirmations and stuff, it's not a quick fix. So just choose one belief that you came up with, like your own negative belief around money, and decide which one you're ready to let go of. And maybe switch it. So if it is, because this is a yachting show, if it is, I can only make money by working really hard, I can only make 10K months in yachting, why not change that belief, if you feel comfortable with it, to, I choose to only make those 10K months in yachting? Because I know we can all go a bit too high sometimes, and I'm 110% that person that would go, let's just amp it up like we did before we started recording. Just choose to change one of those negative beliefs to something a little bit more positive. And if you want, go back to that negative belief list once a week and choose a new belief to change every week, because it gets to be a really simple process. We don't have to fix every negative belief at once. But if we choose one a week to just slightly change and to just release, what I quite like to do as well, if I have a negative belief around money or personal belief, I write it down and I burn it. Just as it's a thing I like to do. So it doesn't mean it's gone instantly, of course, but it's a cool little ceremony to do. And it does feel quite powerful sometimes. So just choose one of those negative beliefs, choose to let go of it, and keep coming back to that list week by week and slowly picking away at them, reversing them slightly, turning them from negative to positive beliefs.
I really like this. It's a very easy little practice that we can all do. And just to get a sense of where we are with our money mindset, just to get us started, I think we can go deeper into it. When I do the fact that you went into, I think that everything in life is a choice. And I'm choosing to believe that I can make money out of yachting. I can also choose to believe it's okay and possible to make money outside of yachting, the same amount or even more. But it's always a choice, right? Because the negative belief is also a choice that we're constantly choosing. So we can and choose differently. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for this little trick and tip.
Pleasure.
Hopefully you guys get a bit of understanding, starting to understand your own money mindset. Yeah, your mindset around money. Yeah.
And it might sound woo-woo as shit to some of these people listening. And Cherie 6 years ago would have thought this is woo-woo. But the secret to success and what shifted things for me was working on my mindset. It's 80% mindset, 20% strategy. You can have the best strategy, the best product, but if your mindset's shit and you have no belief in yourself, what you're selling, you have no belief in sales in general, you don't believe you can make money outside of yachting, and trust me, I had all this shit at the start too, then you're not going to be successful. You're not going to make it.
And so tell us a little bit about your own experience when you were transitioning, like out of yachting.
Yeah. So cool. Don't get me wrong. It was really nerve-wracking to decide. I always knew in my heart I was always going to have my foot dipped in the yachting industry. I think there's a lot of people that are telling us, well, we're telling ourselves, and especially I was too, that, okay, once I leave yachting, it's out. There's no yachting anymore. But the cool thing is, and what we talked about before we jumped on, is we get to make our own rules. And I started to realize that I could have the freedom lifestyle, but also the freelance lifestyle, tapping in and out of the industry when and where I wanted to. So I made a 2-year plan to transition out of the full-time industry. I actually started working online. Actually, it'll be 7 years ago now. Yeah, because we're in November. It's actually probably 70 years ago tomorrow on the 20th. I started working online back then, but I never imagined back then that was going to be the vehicle. I was doing network marketing back then. That was going to be the vehicle to take me out of full-time yachting. I started to earn an income online. It was like sometimes $400 a week, which for us yachties, that's not really a lot. It was play money, right? It was probably a lunch at Catherine's in Antigua. Or half a Magnum.
Yeah.
Or an outfit. So it was play money, but it started to grow. And the more tired I got of not having time with my family and friends, as you said, the money's amazing, but that 10K, 6K paycheck wasn't worth me missing my niece's birthdays anymore. 10Ks wasn't worth me missing Christmas with my family anymore. I was getting tired. I was getting burnt out. I was just I was over being a slave to those golden handcuffs. So I started getting, the last 2 years of yachting, I started getting serious about my online income. I started amping it up more, really putting an effort into my branding, into my ideal client work, getting my name out there. And as well as affiliating, I started to create my own online cooking program in the pockets of my time. Because let's be real, we don't always have many pockets. And another pain point I get a lot is, Sheree, I don't have time. And trust me,
I'm going to tell you, I was like, how did you do this while you were working full time? Right.
Yeah. But the thing is, if we don't make time, if we don't make use of the pockets of time we have now, you'll have absolutely no more extra time in 2 years. I made use of the pockets. So in 2 years, now I'm living in Palma in my own apartment.
So what did making use of the pockets actually look like?
Sometimes it was horrific. Sometimes we share bunk bed cabins, right? I can't be there typing in my cabin at night. Sometimes I would be in the galley after the guests had gone to bed. I'd set up like a little office, do my work then. Sometimes it was 2 a.m. because I was working with a lot of people in Australia. So sometimes it was late nights. If I was on a bit of a roll and had a lot of inquiries that week or that day, I would be up till 2 a.m. Not every night, but I remember some nights doing it. And because I've come across photos recently, that's reminded me. If we weren't on charter, I would get up 30 minutes early to answer my emails and do anything like that. Maybe make some posts, because copywriting is obviously quite important to attract. I'm all about attracting clients, not cold messaging. I've done the cold messaging. So I'd spend a lot of time studying. Yeah, the pockets of time were literally after the guests had gone to bed. If we weren't on charter, it was my lunch break and before working. And sometimes it was bathroom breaks. If I knew I could get 15 minutes by myself, quickly answer some messages. And back then I was doing my own paperwork and stuff. I knew I could quickly do some paperwork in 15 minutes. I'd just run into the bathroom and to escape everyone. Like it wasn't pretty. It wasn't beautiful. It was literal pockets, whether it was 15 minutes, 30, or a couple of hours after work. A lot of my last season when we were in the Caribbean, I did trade sometime. Instead of heading off to Scully's every night, I was creating my online cooking program because I'd already built my affiliate marketing business. Well, my first stream. So I started to create something else. So yeah, on charter, it's not always pretty. And sometimes all we can do on charter is I was listening and learning. I had audiobooks playing on my stereo. That was a weird accent. On my stereo. What is that? Sometimes it was weird. I had books playing on my stereo. So I was learning about sales, branding, marketing, copywriting. And that was making use of pockets of time too.
So what I'm really getting from you is that to be successful, right, at that transition, you have to show up.
Yeah.
The only way. And showing up means using those small pockets of time that you have to study, educate yourself, and then obviously implementing all of that. Because without implementation, the action, right, there's no action.
Yeah. You can learn everything.
How did you figure out what was the next step for you to start to get out of Yacht? Like, how did you realize, okay, I'm going to try online business?
It actually was getting into the affiliate space. I was using products because I loved them. I started to get an income. It started off, as I said before we hopped in, like $400 a week, which in yachting terms, that's not a lot for us. Lunch at Catherine's, magnum of champagne, if you're lucky. But it started building. And when I started to build the income, and it was happening very organically back then, very quickly, I got to 1K months with just a low ticket product very quick. I started to see the potential. I was like, shit, if a chef that can barely even do her own accounts and has no business training can do this, anyone can. And that's when my belief shifted. And then I started to work harder because I could see, I had this vision of having every Christmas with my friends and family, going home to living here for 9 months in Palma and spending 3-ish months back in New Zealand and Australia. And the more I built it, the closer I got to that vision. So I say just test it out. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. But if you don't try it, then you really will never know.
And what is it that you offer to people that are in yachting and in that transition and wanting to, try out the online space?
Yeah. So I do two different things because I know some people they just straight up have this product that they really want to create and they feel they have the time to create it. So that's awesome. If people come to me with an online product or service they want to create, I have a 12-week coaching program that'll take them the A to Z to creating that product, whatever it is. Normally it's online products and services, to then launching it and having their first sale within that 12 weeks. That's my goal for them. And then the main service that is like super popular is the affiliate space. I help them affiliate with a product that resonates with them, is going to get them to their money goals, because we all have different price points that we'll accept for us to leave yachting full time. And then I take them through what's called a 30-day fast start, where they get the A to Z of setting up all this social media platform, figuring out who their ideal client is, to launching their business, and ideally getting their first sale within that first month. Because the product's already created, the process is a lot quicker. And within that, I do add my 12-week coaching program. So there is support.
I'm getting all this, apart from obviously all the amazing stuff of the online world, is that if you are in that transition of, I know that I want to do something else, and maybe not today, and maybe not within a year, but it's something that's like in the back of your mind working itself, because you know that in 5 years, you're going to be done with yachting, putting that long hours, physical work, labor, then the best thing to do is hire a coach, hire somebody that can help you, guide you, investing in yourself. So you can have all that money mindset thing clear out, getting clear into what the next step will be for you to maybe, if it is online business, deep into that. Do you think that's fair to say?
100%. You always see a return of investment, whether it's like more in your mindset or whether it is bringing more money in.
Absolutely. So how can people find you?
So my profiles are pretty open and very easily stalkable. Something I got taught how to do you're going to make yourself easy to find in this world. So I'm over on Instagram, Cherie_Murray, or Facebook, Cherie Murray. And then I've also got a group called the Side Hustle Movement, and it's the yacht crew wanting to move into the online space. And there it's just all my weekly trainings are all things that have helped me create the income streams I have today. I take it back to basics, just giving people quick wins.
Absolutely. And we'll have all the links are below the video. So if you want to reach Cherie, please click on the links below. And thank you for sharing what you have done to get you where you are, which I mean, it's pretty much where most of us want to get to, have that financial freedom and wanting to tap into yachting, not because we have to, but because we want to. And being able to have the same lifestyle, but without having to put all that time and work and crazy hours.
Having the same lifestyle. As you said, we love to travel. We love to move around. I'm getting itchy feet being here for 7 months in Palma. But it's more because I locked it.
Yeah. Special time, but at the same time, this is the best time to do this, because you're like stuck inside. And what better way to start dipping your toes into the online world?
Exactly. You have a little bit more time now, 100%.
Okay, thank you for being here today. And if you guys want to get in touch with her, just click on the links below and we'll see you next week.